All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. We have some breaking NFL news. It just came out like a minute ago here. Finally became official. We all knew this news was going to be breaking at some point today, whether it was later tonight or early tomorrow morning. But the Houston Texans have just hired Lovie Smith to become the team's next head coach. Now, for me personally, there's some good here and then there's some bad. Let's talk about the good news first, and that's Lovie Smith himself. I like Lovie Smith. I do. He was one of those guys growing up that I always remember just having success with the Chicago Bears, just being just that steady force in the locker room. Obviously, he's had some playoff success. He's coached in multiple destinations, both in Chicago and Tampa Bay. 90-plus wins at the NFL level. He has collegiate head coaching experience as well, so he can relate to the younger generation here. Even though the bulk and the majority of his success came in the earlier days with the Chicago Bears, years and years ago, he's not set in his ways. He's not afraid to adapt. He's not afraid to innovate. And that's really what he has shown over these last couple seasons, whether you want to talk about Illinois or last season being the defensive coordinator with the Texans. Also, another good point here, he was with the Texans organization, okay? So he knows where the team excels. He knows where the team struggles. He knows the strengths and the weaknesses, if you will. So, and by the way, the players know him. Okay, so there's a lot of continuity there. He's a guy that's been there, done that. He's, obviously a seasoned veteran head coach. So I like it on the surface, right? Lovie Smith, I do think, is a qualified candidate. Now, I do think there were maybe some better options out there, like a Brian Flores, and even earlier in the process as well, guys like Josh McDaniels. You have the whole Caserio New England connection. That's the guy who I thought the Texans were initially going to be bringing in, him or Flores. Because, okay, let's just talk about the bad news right here and now, because it kind of bleeds into this next point. The firing of David Culley totally rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know what the expectations are for this upcoming season. I don't know what the expectations were for last season. I don't know what the vision is for this team. I don't know who they want to be. I don't know what the plan is. I don't think anybody knows. What does Caserio want this Texans team to be? And how does he view this team right now? Because David Culley, as a first-time head coach, not only did he just step up to the plate when nobody was really chomping at the bit to get this Houston Texans job last offseason, David Culley stepped up to the plate and he takes over a really young football team with not much talent on it. We all saw the mock drafts. Houston Texans picking Sam Howell first overall, Spencer Rattler first overall. This team was expected to finish as the worst team in football. And by the way, Houston was starting a rookie middle round quarterback in Davis Mills in the back half of the season, okay, because he was forced to play. And you can make the argument Davis Mills was actually one of the better, if not the best, rookie quarterback this past season. I mean, towards the tail end, that back half of the year where he was racking up tons and tons of yards with not much help around him, being thrown into the fire because he was forced to play, I was totally impressed with Davis Mills. And when it wasn't Davis Mills, it was Tyrod Taylor. So you're telling me David Culley takes a job that nobody wants. Bill O'Brien left this team in a I don't want to say a horrible position, but no DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt. It was apparent that he was going to be moving on as well. This Texans team was entering a rebuild. It's a tough sell. And for David Culley to accept the job, have to start a rookie quarterback halfway through that actually developed, actually grew throughout the year, to get 4 wins out of this team that was expected to finish as the worst team in football, I don't think David Culley deserved to be fired. I really don't. And so it leads me to believe that the Texans thought that they could do better than David Culley this offseason. But my problem was they didn't make that decision early. They could have fired David Culley on Black Monday if he wasn't the answer, but they waited around. They were waiting and waiting and waiting. A couple days goes by and they fire Culley. So now they're entering the mix late, and I thought it was going to be Brian Flores. The second Flores got fired in Miami, I thought he was going to be going to Houston because the whole New England Nick Caserio connection, but that's not the case. That's not the case. So my problem with this hire isn't with Lovie Smith. I like Lovie a lot. My problem is that I don't know what the vision is for this team. What's the expectation? Why did David Culley get fired in the first place? Are the Texans supposed to make the playoffs next season? Is Lovie Smith supposed to take this team over the top? If he finishes next season with 3 wins, what's going to happen? Is he going to be fired as well? Too many questions. not clear. We're really lacking the clarity here. But I mean, maybe it's because I'm an outsider. I'm not watching every single snap of the Houston Texans. And again, I'm not saying David Culley was some, legend or some, the next best, the next great head coach or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think Culley deserved to be fired. And now it opens the door for potential questions moving forward. Because and by the way, Lovie Smith was actually on the staff last year. Was it a Browns situation where the Browns loved Freddie Kitchens, but the only way they were going to keep Kitchens was to promote him to head coach? I doubt it though, because I didn't think Lovie Smith was going to be getting any head coaching traction this offseason, like this period. And so many teams already found their guy. Denver, Minnesota, Chicago, all New York Giants, Raiders, everybody found their guy. It was really only the Saints and the Texans here. So I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like Lovie Smith was the first, second, third, fourth choice. It just seems like Houston was just going down the checklist and they're like, okay, well, he didn't work out. He didn't work out. We can't hire him. He didn't work out. And it's just, okay, well, now our last option is Lovie Smith. So I just don't understand what the front office is really going for here. But hey, who knows? I'll be pulling for Lovie Smith. I hope he succeeds. Likable guy. Again, I loved what he did back in Chicago in the earlier days. I just remember him, from when I was a child and whatnot growing up. Not so much a child, I don't know, middle school or something. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Lovie Smith to the Texans, taking over as head coach. Who knows? Maybe Josh McCown will join the staff. Maybe this team will keep Pep Hamilton, which was a real bright spot. I mean, he helped in the development of Justin Herbert, his rookie season, and then, of course, Davis Mills. You want to keep that continuity. I mean, if Lovie Smith is getting the job here, you want to retain as much talent in the coaching staff as possible. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.